Welcome back to the Casual Ethnographer. In this episode, I will be taking you back into the kitchen with me. Today we are baking cookies. These cookies are Snickerdoodle cookies with a big twist. They will be grain-free, vegan, and made with a sourdough starter discard. Let's get started. Okay, it is the end of the day here, and I am going to quickly make some Snickerdoodle cookies. These will be grain-free, vegan, and they will use some of my sourdough starter. Hilda, she has been rising all day. She's over there by the window. So this is the discard that I pulled from her earlier, so we will use her. But first, let's start with two different kinds of fats. It is entirely up to you how you want to do this. My butter's really soft. I use a vegan butter. I'll show you the box here in just a second. Actually, you can probably see the label here. My Yokos. This is my favorite vegan butter. It just tastes the best. But if you have one that you like, go for it. I am low on butter. I gotta wash my hands. So because I'm low on butter, I am going to use Crisco as well. I really try to avoid this because it has soybean oil in it, and it's supposed to reduce my amount of soy because I have a thyroid condition. So it's a half a cup of vegan butter and a half a cup of Crisco, or you can do 1 cup of either. It's entirely up to you. And we are going to whip this and then add sugar. I will be adding a total of 2 cups of sugar, but I want to add it slowly so that it has a chance to incorporate. So this is a half cup measure, so I will be adding 4 of these. Here's the first half cup. Always scrape down your sides because sugar granules will stick to the side instead of being properly incorporated. Okay, here is the second half cup, so that will get us to 1 whole cup. Almost forgot, we have to make our egg replacer. So we're going to make something called a sourdough flax egg. So here is roughly 6 tablespoons of sourdough starter discard. She's over there. So 100 grams. And to that, my daughter here is going to add, that's a tablespoon. You're going to add 2 tablespoons to that. And then, I got butter on my arm. You are going to not mix it with the measurement. 2 of those, yes. If you run out, I have another bag. Is there enough?
I don't know. I'm really trying to do it. Is that good?
Mm-hmm. You can go ahead and stir that with that spoon, and I will keep beating sugar. Okay, this is the third half cup. Looks good. So this is just going to sit and get thick and gelatinous, and that will replace 2 eggs. Okay, I'm just going to set this here. Okay, so to this last half cup of sugar, I am going to add some leaveners as well. I'm just going to knock down the sides real quick. So we are looking at a half teaspoon of baking soda. And a half teaspoon of cream of tartar. That's this little guy right here. Okay, and then let's add this final half cup of sugar. Now don't put your sugar away because we're going to need it for the final step of cookies. So I beat it really well. It's nice and fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and knock down the sides again. So now we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and then we're going to add, you can see this is super thick now, the flax egg. Okay, let's blend this up. Okay, it will no longer be a solid white. It'll have flecks in it from the flaxseed. Now is time to start adding 2.5 cups of flour. It is up to you how you want to organize it. I'm going to use 5 flours today. 3 of them I am going to do 2/3 of a cup each, and then the final 2 will be 1/4 cup each. Okay, let's start with the 3 that are 2/3 cup each. This is a 1/3 cup measuring cup. Start checking. Oh, by the way, this is cassava flour. Next is buckwheat flour, again, 2/3 of a cup. Next is tiger nut flour. I can tell by the feel of this bag, it is almost empty, so I'll get what I can get out of it and then I'll open a new one. Okay, now let's move on to the 1/4 cup measurements. So this is coconut flour. We'll do 1/4 cup. And the final flour is sweet potato flour, 1/4 cup. Okay, let's blend it up. Okay, as you can see, this dough is really thick. The mixer is struggling through it. It is done for tonight. I know my daughter wants to help make cookies tonight, but this dough has to rest at least an hour before you can form it. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop it in the refrigerator overnight. First I'll cover it in plastic, and we will make some cookies tomorrow. See you then. It is the next day, and I have been busy doing other things, but it's time to bake these cookies off. So I just started to preheat the oven to 375. The cookies, the batter is done, as you can see. It has been relaxing in the refrigerator overnight. When I cover my cookie dough, I like to do it like this. I push the plastic down on top of the dough. It tends to keep the top from drying out and getting crusty. But let's roll some cookies. My daughter was very disappointed last night that we did not get to bake these cookies off for two reasons. First of all, she wanted a cookie last night. She wanted to help. I guess there's three reasons. She wanted to take cookies in her lunch. So, at any rate, let's get this going. So into this tiny bowl, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of white sugar and then 2 teaspoons of just plain cinnamon. Now the great thing about this recipe is that if you like to have cookies you can just take out of your freezer, I do this a lot, especially because I know that I will have low energy days. I will bake a lot. This will make a decent amount of cookies, and I will ball it up and then set it on a plate and then just put it in the freezer and let them get hard. And then once they're hard, you can put them in a bag and then just keep doing it until you have however many balls of cookies you intend. And you can do that, I have found, with literally any cookie recipe, except for those that have to go through a press, like the German Spritz cookies. Those do not want to wait for anybody. You make them, you put them through the press, and then you get to eat. I think it makes 6 or 7 dozen, the recipe that I have. So I have not decided if I'm going to freeze any of these yet. The muffins that I made yesterday, my daughter's friends came over and wiped out a healthy amount. So I was worried about having 30 muffins in my house. That should not have been a concern because it's not a problem. It's literally not a problem. So another thing that I do sometimes if I'm not in the mood to bake all the cookies is I will just bake off some and cover it back up and stick it in the fridge. As long as you bake them off within, I'd say, 3 days, you're probably fine. Okay, so to the 4 tablespoons, sorry, I got off track, it happens. That's the way today is gone. Okay, so 2 teaspoons of cinnamon to my 4 tablespoons of sugar. Every time I use cinnamon, I think of my poor baby sister. She's allergic to it, like EpiPen level allergic to it. So she's never had a Snickerdoodle. But she's had lemonade, and she likes to point that out because I'm allergic to citrus. So we all have our issues in life. Okay, so this is what the cookie dough will be rolled in before it is put in the oven. Let's set these aside, we don't need these yet. So to a cookie sheet, I just add some parchment paper. If you like to cook directly on your cookie sheets, feel free. I don't. I like what parchment paper does for me. So this is what I have. So the goal is to get what would that be? 4 rows of 3. So you have 12 or whatever size pan you have. I'm just going to do this real fast. The goal is to get these to be about 1 inch in diameter. I have small hands, so it's not really a good demonstration, but about like that. And then they roll in the cinnamon sugar. And then they go on the sheet. So let's do 11 more. Wash my hands. So if you have ever baked a what I call normal Snickerdoodle cookie using wheat flour, dairy butter, and eggs, you know that when they go in the oven, they kind of spread out a little bit. These guys will not do that. They are not going to cooperate with you. Don't ask them of that. I'm just letting you know right now. So get a flat-bottomed glass or a plate, whatever makes you happy. And you're just going to squish them a little bit, just kind of top off the roundness, I guess you could say. Unless you like cookies that come out as a cookie ball. If that suits you, then by all means go for it. But I am going to tap these down just a little bit. Sometimes they like to stick. Okay, so get them as flat as you want them, just not super flat. This guy's really sticky. And they are going to go in the oven for 10-11 minutes at 375. Now what's fun is that they are not going to brown up like a traditional cookie would. The good news is though is that if they are underbaked, it is fine because there is nothing in it that is going to make you sick from being raw. I'm going to put these guys in for just 10 minutes at 375. If you feel more comfortable at 11 minutes, test them out both ways, see which version you like better. I have also made these larger, which then, of course, you would cook a little bit longer. But I'm going to go ahead and get a second tray ready, and my oven still has 100 degrees to come up. Okay, so I have prepared 24 cookies so far. I have used almost half the dough, and I've got 5 degrees left on the oven. And Colleen, if you're watching, I still think of you every time I drink out of the mug that you gave me. I hope you're doing well. Okay, first batch of cookies going in. So I have made the decision that I will only bake these 2 trays off. I covered the rest of the dough and stuck it in the fridge. I just have too much going on today, and I will bake those cookies off either later tonight or tomorrow, which is fine. These guys are about to ding, and I'll set them over here and see what they look like. Guys in. Okay, so as you can see, they puffed up a little bit. I let them cool and a little bit so that they're not flimsy, and then I'll move them just to the tray or to the cooling rack without the tray. Okay, so the pan is cool enough to touch. I'm going to go ahead and transfer these guys over to the wire rack. Okay, because I didn't bake off all the dough, and I have to take my youngest to gymnastics tonight, so life is just busy. I'm going to leave these here with the parchments. I have found that I can use the parchment sheets 3-4 times before they're kind of like leave me alone, I'm done. But so I'm going to wait to try these until my kids get home from school, which isn't that long from now, and then I'll probably bake off the rest of the cookies tomorrow. You guys won't get to see that, but just know that the dough is good in the fridge for 3 days, and you can freeze it easily. Okay, so these came out of the oven, about an hour ago now. You can go ahead and take one. They're all the same, goofy girl. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Are you gonna take your retainer out?
I forgot about it.
Okay.
I can't see myself.
Is it good? It's chewy.
Did you use all the cookies?
Wait, can you have that?
Okay.
Only baked off, not quite half.
I don't cookie dough.
You don't have a cookie dough.
Okay.
Okay.
You can even have a cookie dough because you can eat it because it has no eggs and flour. Yum.
So when you're done with that cookie, let's get a protein in you, and you got to get ready for gymnastics, okay? Okay. All right.
Thank you for the cookie.
Everyone go get ready. Thank you for joining me today in the kitchen. I hope you enjoyed learning a new way to use your sourdough starter discard. As you can see, the cookies turned out amazing, and I hope you'll join me for future episodes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all those YouTube-y things. And as always, thank you for being here. I appreciate your presence. I'll see you next time.